The idea of the Queen driving her Range Rover around the grounds of Windsor Castle is so quintessentially British, it's enough to bring you out in Union Jacks just thinking about it. Now, this makes Windsor the perfect place to introduce you to the Land Rover experience. The Land Rover experience have gone to a huge amount of effort to design this track to really showcase what these vehicles are capable of in a very compact and public viewing area. Now, the first obstacle that we've come to here is, we haven't got a name for it, but I'm going to call it the up and over. It starts with the vehicle driving up a 30-degree incline before coming to a halt, and the ramp itself elevating the vehicle to a height of 5.7 metres. As explained to us on the day, this is actually the height of a fully grown giraffe. Useful fact there for you if you're ever off-roading in Wales. You know, if you see a giraffe at door level, you know you're that high. So the vehicle remains stationary as the ramp takes it up to this height, at which point the driver then allows the hill descent to control this really intelligent system to take the vehicle down the ramp. Now, it controls both the power and the braking to all of the four wheels individually, so it looks for loose scree and things and controls the vehicle in a nice safe descent. It's quite off-putting when you're up there at 40 degrees looking down. It may not sound that steep, but when you're staring out the front windscreen it looks almost vertical. We then move on to this smaller ramp, which it's got 3 rollers on it that allow the vehicle to lose traction and demonstrates the car's terrain response system. So it's sensing what's happening underneath the vehicle, you know, to the wheels, and decides where to send the power. So in this instance, the car's losing traction at the front end as it goes over the ramp and onto those rollers, and it automatically sends the drive to the rear before we've ever, you know, the driver's even noticed anything. The only way that we know is because the car tells us. From there, moves on to what they class as the witch's hat, and this allows one of the wheels to completely come off the ground, but the car continues to rotate that wheel. It senses that traction is gone and continues to rotate the wheel at the same speed as the others, so that when it comes back down to the ground there's no skidding or jarring as it's trying to re-engage itself. After that comes the arch. Now, this is just a demonstration of, you know, the vehicle's power itself. So the driver does nothing at this point, just allows the vehicle on tick over to creep its way up the ramp, over the top and down the other side, using again its hill descent control in a nice controlled manner. The last obstacle that we come to is the articulation ramps. Now, these are, well, real chance for both the drivers and the vehicles to show off how versatile they are. We were driven around by a guy called Roger, who fantastic, really skilled, really knowledgeable on the vehicles as well, and he could pretty much every time get the vehicle paused on the balance point. So he actually only had 2 wheels on the ramps, and the other 2 were diagonal pair were in the air, so it was balanced perfectly across that diagonal. And this is a fantastic demonstration of the articulation of the suspension, so you can get a real good idea of what it's like traversing rutty ground. So, you know, going out to check your horses across the fields, you can see how it's going to work and benefit you. But you can also see again that control of the vehicle to its wheels as it's coming back down again. There's no skipping, there's no loss of traction as the wheels come back into contact with the ground, and the vehicle drives away smoothly. Now, it's obviously a lot more exciting and a lot more interesting when you're in these vehicles yourselves rather than just watching it on here. So the Land Rover experience will be out again at many of the other big equestrian shows. I think the next one that we know of certainly that's going to be out is Blair. So do go along and have a go. It's free, it costs nothing, and it is a real insight into the versatility of these vehicles.